Welcome students. Today under the topic algebraic method of solving a pair of linear equations, we are going to take the substitution method. In order to learn the word problems, first you will take the simple sums in which you will be given a pair of equations and you will have to solve them with the help of substitution method. Now let's see this question. Here we are already having a pair of linear equations in two variables. Just write those pairs. The first one, name it as equation 1 and the second one, name it as equation 2. Now, find out which is the simpler among the two. It is quite evident that the second one is the simpler one. So, take this second equation. Transpose 2y to RHS. Now you have found the value of x in the form of y. Now you will replace this x in equation 1 with this value which is in the RHS. Now remember that I told that you will replace the x of equation 1. Be very careful that you will not replace the x of equation 2. Now the question will arise, why so? So remember that we took the value of x from equation 2. From whichever equation we are taking the value, we will not replace it in the same equation. Why? Otherwise, we will not get any result. We will again arrive at 3 and the sum will not proceed. It is like if you are going to a bank to withdraw some money and after some time you are going to the same bank to deposit the same money. Then what work is done? No work has been done. Similarly, here you are withdrawing x from this equation 2 and then you are replacing it again in the equation 2. Then you are doing nothing for the sum. So be very careful. We are taking this x from equation 2. Then we will replace it in equation 1. So when we replace x in equation 1, what will we get? Here it is 7 multiplied by, now don't write x, but we will write its value in RHS. 3 minus 2y is what we got in RHS. So we replaced it with this RHS value. Minus 15y is already in the question. And equal to 2 is also in the question in RHS. Now the next step is multiply 7 with both these terms and remove the bracket. 7 3s are 21. And 7 into minus 2y is minus 14y. And minus 15y is already in the question. Equal to 2 in RHS. Proceed as it is over here. Now make the group of like terms. What are the like terms? Minus 14y and minus 15y. When you add these two terms, you get minus 29y. But here already we are having 21. So first place 21 over here. Then the next calculation is minus 29y. How did we get it? By grouping the like terms. And RHS is having 2. In the next step, transpose 21 to RHS. Let this minus 29 be as it is. The variable in LHS is there. Which variable? Minus 29y. And the numbers are transposed to RHS. When you transpose 21 to RHS, it will become minus 21. In the next step, y is equal to minus 19 upon minus 29. How did we arrive at this number? 2 minus 21 is minus 19. And when we transpose minus 29 to RHS, it goes in the denominator. So minus minus will become plus. Hence the value of y is the rational number 19 upon 29. Now substitute this value of y in any of the three equations. If I say you any of the three equations, which will be the smarter one to substitute? Which equation will be a smarter process to substitute this value of y? Will it be equation 1? Will it be equation 2? Or will it be equation 3? Think it over. Which process will consume less time? Yes, the equation 3. So when you substitute this value of y in equation 3, mind well this equation was formed by u over here. So we formed first step was that only that we had formed equation 3, right? So on substituting this value of y in this equation will be the smarter part and will consume less time. So that is already done over here. I will not write it. You look over here. X is equal to 3 minus 2 into 19 by 29. And that is equal to 49 by 29. How did we arrive at this? Then I'll tell you. Here X is equal to, write down 3 in a rational number form like 3 upon 2 form. 3 upon 1 minus 19 2s are, you'll get 38 upon 29, cross multiply. When you multiply 3 with 29, then you get 87. And 38 ones are minus 38. Take 29 common. And you will get the value of X as 49 upon 29. And you already got the value of y is equal to 19 upon 29. Now, if you want to verify whether your answers are correct, then you can replace these values in any of these two equations. You will get the RHS. It means your answers are correct. This is how we verify. But usually we don't get so much time to verify, so be very confident that you do the sum properly. Okay, next question. Solve 2x plus 3y is equal to 11 and 2x minus 4y is equal to 24, and hence find the value of m for which y is equal to mx plus 3. Just observe the question properly. Think what are you going to do as the steps. Right. The first two equations are already in the question. So we have to just put it out as it is. Equation 1 you write, and in the second equation you write here equation 2. Now find out which is the simpler among these two. Yes, the equation 1 is simpler one. So it's better to solve this equation. Let y be in the RHS, LHS. So what we get here, like this, 3y is equal to 11 minus 2x. And then transposing this 3 to the denominator, we get this type of equation, 11 minus 2x upon 3. Now the question will arise that why did we find out y? Couldn't we find x? Yes, you can even find x. It's not necessary that you find y only. Some of the students will experiment with x, then also it is okay. Both are correct. But here we have started with y, so let's take it as the first step. Now in the second step, mind well, we took this y from equation 1. So don't again go to the equation 1 to substitute over here. Don't replace this y. You have to move to the equation 2. We have not touched the equation 2. So we'll touch it now in the next step. Substituting the value of y in equation 2. What will we get? 2x minus 4 into this is the value of y. Now we are replacing y with this value, right? We are replacing y with this value. And that is equal to minus 24, which is already in the question. So how will we do the calculations? 2x remove the bracket, multiply with 4. When you multiply 4 with 11, you get 44. Multiply both the numbers, both the terms. So first term when you multiply with 4, you get minus 44. And in the second term, minus 2x is there. You multiply this minus 2x with minus 4, you get plus 8x. RHS is as it is, minus 24. And what about the denominator? You have yet not touched the denominator. Here is the denominator, 3. Now the next step is to take LCM. Here write upon 1, hence you convert it into P upon Q form. Multiply by 3. Here multiply by 1. So 3 into 2x is 6x minus, and this you multiplied by 1. So you get minus 44 plus 8x into 1. This is already in the bracket. If you want to put a bracket, use the bracket so that you understand you are multiplying both of them by 1. And since it is 1, it is very simple. It will be repeated as it is, minus 44 plus 8x. Now how did we arrive at minus 72 in RHS? Then here what will happen? We'll take the denominator common, isn't it? In LCM we take the denominator common. And this denominator will move to the RHS. Hence what will we get? Minus 24 into, it will move to the RHS. So we'll get minus 24 into 3, which is minus 72. And what is remaining in the LHS? Group these two numbers, this number and this number. These are like terms. They are having x as the variable, so they are like terms. Add this like terms, you get 14x. And what do you get? How did we arrive at minus 20? Then what we did? Minus 72 plus 44. We transpose this minus 44 to RHS. Hence we got first plus 44. Minus 72 plus 44. And here we got 14x. So what you get? Minus 72 plus 44 is equal to subtract 72, then you get 20, here you'll get 8, here you'll get 2, minus 28. This is minus 28. Okay, when you divide this minus 28 by 14, right? How does it go? Let me do it over here. 14x is equal to minus 28. Now, transpose this 14 to RHS. You get x is equal to minus 28 upon 14, that is equal to minus 2. Thus we got the value of x. Now we are going to put this value of x is equal to minus 2 in the equation. I already asked you which is the smarter way to substitute the value of this x equal to minus 2. In which equation it will be the smarter one to substitute, and which equation will take less time? Yes, equation 3. So here we are going to substitute the value of x in equation 3. So what is the equation 3? Y is equal to 11 minus 2x. Now replace this x with minus 2. So minus 2 into bracket. In bracket you will have minus 2, which is the value of x replaced from equation 3. The denominator already 3 is there. Minus 2 into minus 2 is 11 plus 4 upon 3. That is equal to 15 upon 3. That's 5. So we got the value of y 5. Now start the crucial part. Already we arrived at the values of x and y. So now we are going to end the sum. How will we end it? We know that the question 1 equation that y is equal to mx plus 3, and the question is demanding that find the value of m. Mind well, this is a short question in board exam. It is very important. In last year also exam, this question was asked. So practice this question many times. Y is equal to mx plus 3. You substitute the value of y. What is the value of y? 5. Then we don't know m, so let it be as it is. Write m as it is. In replace x with minus 2. Minus 2m plus 3 is the constant term in the question itself. Now transpose this 3 to the RHS. You get 5 minus 3 is equal to minus 2m. And in the final step, what you get? 2 is equal to 2 upon minus 2 is equal to m. So what is 2 upon minus 2? It is minus 1. So the answer is minus 1. Now we will move to the word problems. In the word problems, you have a challenge that you have to apply the conditions in order to form the equation. In these first two sums, the first two equations are already in the question. You started your first step with equation 3. But here you have to make those two equations by yourself by applying the condition from the word problems. So let us understand how can we do it. Here you are saying the question, the difference between two numbers is 26 and one number is 3 times the other number. The first condition is that the difference between two numbers is 26. Here, whenever we take the difference, we must always assume one number greater than the other and apply that condition. So let the first number be x and the second number is be y. then according to the condition, you have to assume that x is greater than y. Once you assume x greater than y, then it means you will subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So first step will be x minus y is equal to 26. From where did we get this 26? It's in the question. Then the difference is 26. So this we formed the equation 1. What about equation 2? In equation 2, it is given that x is 3 times y. Y is the smaller number, so we will take it 3 times in order to equate it or to balance it with x. The greater one is x, so it won't be multiplied. But you will multiply the smaller number with 3 in order to balance it. And always write the condition x is greater than y. That is why we are multiplying the smaller number with 3 to balance it. So you apply the second condition and got the second equation. Once you get both the equations, then the sum is easier for you to solve. Usually the word problems are easy to solve. The only challenge is that you have to form the equations correctly. The equation 1 and equation 2 should be formed correctly. Now you see the sum is proceeding in a very simple manner. Here it is so simple that the value of x is directly given to you in equation 2. So substitute this value in equation 1. Now this opinion you should take on your own. Every time you should change your opinions from sum to sum. Don't be rigid. Be flexible. Whichever you find convenient, in that way you start substituting the values. So you have to take the opinion instantaneously. Here the opinion is taken that this is the direct value of x, so we will substitute this value directly in equation 1. Now replace x with 3y. So you get 3y minus y is equal to 26, which is in equation 1. Now here you are seeing that we have formed the equation in single variable. This is what is the substitution method. We form the equation in single variable. 3y minus y is 2y, 2y is equal to 26. So y is equal to 26 upon 2, that is 13. Now again I will ask the same question, which will be the easier for you to substitute this value of y. Then here you are having 2 equations only. You did not need any third equation. So you have to only choose from these 2 equations, which is simpler one to put the value of y. Definitely it is equation 2. So you put x is equal to 3 into y's value is 13. So you put in equation 2 x is equal to 3 into 13. We replaced y with 13 and we got the value of x. So x is equal to 13 3s are 39. Hence we are ready with the two numbers 13 and 39. You can even verify. You will get this. You can solve this any of this equation by verifying this. If your values are correct, then you can easily solve the equations. You will get LHS equal to RHS. If you don't get LHS equal to RHS, then your values are wrong. For example, if I multiply 13 with 3, then I will get the value of x, that is 39. Hence my numbers are correct. This you can do fast checking in board exam. If you won't have so much time, you have to do calculations fast to understand whether your answer is correct or wrong. Now the next question, the larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. Let the smaller angle be x and the larger angle is equal to y. Now you to apply the conditions. I told that first 2 equations are the challenges which you have to accept, that you are going to apply the conditions. So apply conditions properly. The larger of the 2 supplementary one is the larger one is y. So let it be in LHS. So we will add Here we will add 18 to the smaller one, right? Because here the smaller one is x, and we are going to add 18 to x in order to equate it to y. Always we add to the smaller number to make it equal to the larger number. So this is the first equation. Now what about the second equation? Now you usually you search both the equations in the question, but this is a bit of tricky question. Here you will not find the second equation. So don't search it over here. Here you have to use your prior knowledge about supplementary angles. What are the sum of supplementary angles? The sum of supplementary angles is 180. This is your prior knowledge which you have to use in order to form the second equation. So x plus y is equal to 180. This will be your second equation. Don't search this condition in the sum. You won't find it. Now, how do you understand that when you have to search and when you don't have to search? All this you will understand only with practice. So practice this kind of sums and you will get the opinions fast in board exam. So x plus y is equal to 180 is the sum of supplementary angles. Now again this sum is very simple. Which is easier for you to substitute? Here, yes, the value of y is directly given, so you don't need any third equation. You substitute this value in this equation, in equation 2. So that's what they have done. We are using y's value, which is x plus 18, and we are replacing this y with x plus 18 in equation 2. So what will we get? X plus 18 is equal to 180. X plus x is 2x. 2x is equal to 180 minus 18. We transpose this 18 to RHS. So it will become minus 18. 180 minus 18 is 162. Now 2x is equal to 162. Therefore, you transpose this 2 to the denominator. You will get 162 upon 2 is equal to 81. Now, you have to substitute this value of x81 in any of the equations. Which will be easier for you? You can substitute here. X is equal to 81. Or you can even substitute here. Here just substitute y is equal to x plus 18. And yes. So what you get? You substitute this value 81 in this equation. Y is equal to x plus 18. So you get 81 plus 18 is equal to 99. You can even substitute over here. Here if you take 81 then also you will get 99. So that's not a big deal. Anything you can do, both are same, both are simpler ones only. So here it is not a big deal that you choose and all that. And both are simple and both will not consume any time. So ultimately you get the value of y as 99, the value of x as 81, and this is very simple to verify. It is interesting and simpler one to verify. Why? Because when you add 81 and 99, you will get 180, and that is what the question is demanding, that the sum of supplementary angles are 180. So this is very simple one to verify. Others were a little bit time consuming. Here is an assignment for you. I have given two sums. Do these two sums. Even the answers are provided to you. Just you have to do the steps. Thank you.